that was a bummer. Lightsabers in the background would have been cool.
Again,
They're too loud.
This is day 2.
Yeah, but look at the improvement.
This situation.
Look at the improvement.
I know. We got
All right, sir.
drinks.
Cheers. This is your go-to now?
Yes, for beer.
Yeah.
For beer.
All right.
I'm not drinking this daily or anything. Do you like it?
Ooh.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Because it's not crazy.
It's more grapefruity than it is like ruining my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most IPAs are out to ruin your life.
Yeah, most IPAs
Not this one, though.
ruin my whole day.
Not
So
this one. What do we got
I'm
on
happy
the
with that.
agenda? Not a lot. This is a quick one.
You know, I just
Right?
so
I'm
yeah.
assuming.
Let's just
This is quick.
I really want to talk about DC Fandome. That's the biggest thing. We got movies that came out, movies that are coming up, but
Movies we haven't seen.
yeah, we haven't seen them. That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's the
I've been
problem.
slacking.
It's because
I've been
nothing is
slacking
hyping
bad.
me up, man. You know what? I'm gonna say it right here. I don't care about Bond. I do not care about the Bond franchise whatsoever.
Okay.
People can be all about it, and some of them have been very good. I've seen all of them up until this
I know.
Bond,
We've seen every single one. I have.
but I don't care about the Bond franchise,
Okay.
and that's partly why I didn't make an effort to go.
Yeah, I don't want to
So-
pay for it.
And that, yeah, if it was streaming, I would have. Yeah, obviously, I would have
I would
streamed
have
it.
watched
but
it for Rami Malek. That's about it.
I know,
That's
man.
about it.
Awesome. So I did go back though. I watched the Squid Games.
The Squid
Saw that.
Game.
Saw all that. Mostly been just doing catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been like my catch up week.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, because
Before November.
craziness,
Yeah.
before absolute craziness. We got Dune coming out, so I'm gonna watch Dune on the HBO Maxes.
You're going to do it on the Maxes?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't get out there.
Yeah,
I can't get
okay.
out to the theater, so
Okay.
it's all right.
You're gonna
I'll
have to
do it on.
IMAX.
I know you can do it in
I'm gonna have
IMAX.
to.
I'll
I'm
do it
gonna
in the
have to.
on the Maxes, and then we can
And then we can
compare our
compare.
experiences and go from there.
All right.
But yeah,
That'll work.
so DC Fandome. What'd you think?
So I only watched about half of it because I had to go to work.
Oh, okay.
And then tried to watch it when I got home because it was on like the full stream.
Yeah.
They just didn't. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, they're confused and they're
They are.
lost and they did this. First of all, they did it like over a month ago, which I had found out.
They recorded everything.
Yeah, which is not a big deal.
No.
It's just something I noticed. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. If anything, we'll just get a bunch of trailers and that's fine.
Yeah.
We didn't even get a bunch of trailers.
Nope.
And the coolest segment, or my favorite segment, was something from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything current.
Yeah.
So
At all.
But
But you could argue jump-started the whole.
yes, yeah. That got us to where we are today.
Maybe we should specify that was the
Oh,
small,
the Smallville
Smallville
segment.
segment.
Yes. It was just a bummer.
For me, DC Fandome was the epitome of this meeting could have been an email.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Like there was no reason we had to go through all of that.
And I felt bad for people that sat through all of it.
Yeah, I mean, some people have to. And
Yeah.
But it was something, and granted, like, how exciting can you make an announcement, with like an event, right? And even with Apple and Samsung and Google, people are usually there for one purpose, right? For whatever it is, whether it's the computer, whether it's the phone, and then they do a bunch of filler. It's hard to keep people's attentions for an hour.
For 4. You wanted me to sit there for 4 hours?
Yeah, no way.
And you showed me
No
3
chance.
minutes of shit?
Yeah, that you cared about.
3 minutes of stuff, I should say.
That you actually.
That I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But if I'd have sat there for 4 hours, I would have been pissed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would have been pissed if I sat there for 4 hours.
And I feel bad for all the people that are working super hard on all of this stuff.
That's even worse.
Because they made it seem like it wasn't. They probably made it seem less interesting than it actually is.
Yeah.
Because like the Harley Quinn stuff. You're telling me it's like the most amazing show ever.
Yeah, and then
Maybe don't show like pencil drawings though,
Yeah.
right? Like maybe
or a clip of fan art for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't even get to look at it. Okay.
Yeah, and just stuff like that where I'm like, if just
And then there was
Don't.
no announcement for anything.
nothing that we didn't already know.
Nothing
about,
that
right?
we didn't already know. And I hate that.
What were you hoping for?
I don't know. Something fresh and new?
But
A Green Lantern thing? You couldn't have been like, hey,
see,
we don't have jack shit for it yet, but we didn't forget about you. That's what I thought might have been the thing. Like a thing, like a little corner of something. Because that hasn't been talked about in forever. But it's been announced. So I'm like, cool, maybe we'll get like a Green Lantern like 2027. Okay, cool. At least I know they haven't.
Yeah, we didn't even get a like DCEU timeline update or anything,
nothing.
right? Yeah, and that again, I'm like, I feel so bad for all these other people. who are working on other things, but people wanted to know what was going on in DCEU.
I just wanted some trailers.
Yeah,
And I didn't even get trailers.
no.
And I don't know where they're at in the production process for a lot of these movies. Most of them are towards post already.
Yeah,
A lot of them are pretty much done. You could have given me something.
Yeah.
I liked the behind the scenes stuff of some of the movies.
yeah,
It's not what I wanted. It was cool. I liked it.
Right.
It's not what I'm here for. It's not what I want to spend my whole Saturday doing. You know what? I can do that at any point on YouTube.
yeah.
I can do that at any time.
They could have
Give
easily.
me a trailer.
It could have been an hour long, and then they could have released that on the DC Entertainment YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like they did not have to keep us there for
No.
4 hours.
No.
And
And then not even to show trailers.
I know. To show nothing really.
No, nothing. And the stuff was like cool enough, but it wasn't 4 hours cool enough.
Yeah, right.
It was
That's what I
just-
mean. Then they could have easily been like, you want to see more stuff, head over to our YouTube channel, check out all the behind the scenes footage for Shazam.
There's so much I just don't care about anymore.
Well, so
Don't make me care about it because I don't.
in order of, I guess, what excited you the most. So let's do the least, and then we'll get to what
Just
you were
all
excited
the
about.
TV shows.
You were least excited about all the TV shows.
All the CW shows. Let me say, because I am excited about Doom Patrol TV show, Titans TV show,
HBO stuff
Harley
you're
Quinn
excited
TV
about.
Show. Yes.
Yeah. So
The
HBO
CW stuff. Stop.
like Legends of Tomorrow
Stop it.
and
All
Batgirl.
of it.
and-
All of it. Called everybody in
All of
tomorrow. Say, hey guys, this is our last season. We're done. Nobody's watching this.
You don't want family friendly DC?
No, I don't.
You want gritty?
Stargirl interests me for like 5 seconds. I was like, what could be happening here? Not gonna watch the whole first season and second season to find out.
Yeah.
So he didn't make it that interesting.
How many viewers? I wonder what their viewership is for the DC
5.
shows now.
5 people are watching these shows.
But ironically,
awful.
The CW show that jump started it all,
Was Smallville.
and that did excite you
Yes.
because you were like, "Oh man,
none
what
of those
awesome throwback!"
shows exist without that show.
Right.
And maybe
right.
in a different way. Maybe
Yeah.
something else would have came along and done it.
10 seasons though.
10 seasons.
Like I don't think.
And I loved when they were in the panel and they were like, "Yo, we started on film and had to switch to digital." Like,
yeah, like
this
that's
show's
how
old.
That's how far back it
Like
goes.
this show's
yeah.
old. And then they're like, "Well, what would you have liked to see?" And Tom Welling was like, "Oh, like to go into the mansion and like see a Bruce Wayne character because nobody knows who he is, nobody cares." And I'm like, that's something I'll never see, and it was more exciting than the stuff that actually exists.
That's interesting.
And I'm like, that's crazy. This situation that he just explained is never gonna happen. It's not real. And
But
that
you
got
were-
me more excited
pumped.
than like I'd have more fun in my head imagining that scene than watching Stargirl or watching
Batgirl
DC
or-
or any of that
yeah.
stuff. Or Legends, whatever it is. Even The Flash. The Flash I will start from beginning to end one day.
Yeah,
When it's
I know.
over,
Yeah.
I'll knock everything out. I'll knock out Arrow one more time. I'll knock out maybe Supergirl.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I feel like all these shows just got so crazy that I I'm like, I'm gonna wait till it's all over,
And then
I'll maybe go back.
You
and
want
give
me
it
to
a
go
shot.
from Doom Patrol and then start watching Stargirl?
But you're saying because the quality is different.
Yeah, it's just so goofy.
Like
I don't have any problem with the characters or the stories. That's
but
all
the
fine
show
and good.
itself is,
Stargirl, you could probably make very cool.
Maybe.
You really, really could. But you make it so goofy and silly, and I don't like that.
Interesting.
I want to see someone get stabbed in the eye.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And I did watch Flash. I did watch Supergirl. Like I have watched all these stuff. Yeah. And then when you watch something on HBO Max, you're like, whoa.
You're like, oh,
this is it. This is the ticket. This is what I want to see.
And I agree with you. The
this
quality
is what I want as a fan.
Yeah. As a DC fan, I think that's what people are looking for. So you don't like the CW stuff.
I don't like the CW stuff.
That was your least favorite.
That was my least favorite, yeah.
And then
what's
after
the animated
that?
Stuff.
You didn't really care.
The animation still is like weird. Like it's fine. Like I got Injustice. I'll go pick it up tonight.
Oh, okay.
Probably watch it tonight. Yeah,
Gotcha.
It still looks like weird.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna watch it.
DC animation is actually pretty good though.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear a lot
like
of the DC
stories,
animated
they're
stuff
all
is
awesome.
right.
But like when you watch like other stuff, you're like, oh, you could do it put a little bit more money into it.
Yeah.
It looks super cool.
Oh man. Yeah,
I
need to catch
love
up.
the whole DC animated universe. I love all of them. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I mean again,
I'll
I
fight
hear
tooth
that
and
they're.
nail.
I've
Like,
seen.
I'll fight tooth and nail.
I've probably seen a good handful of them, maybe half of them, but I haven't seen all of them. All right, DC animated. So then, what was your favorite? Of the, I guess DC. It's hard to. I guess you can't call it the DCEU anymore. But what was your favorite of the DC films that were being made?
Which is crazy, but the one that like went on my radar and I wanted to hate it. I went in thinking like I watched it like, well, it's gonna suck. I hope it sucks. I hope this sucks. It was Peacemaker.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to be like, I hope it's stupid.
The Peacemaker show on
Peacemaker
HBO.
Show. And after I watched the trailer, I was like, this guy's hugging an eagle. Like I'm
all
watching this.
Yeah.
I'm watching this show. The guy's got an eagle in his passenger seat like it's his buddy. I'm gonna watch this show. And I wanted to hate it. I wanted it to be bad. And it wasn't great. Like I'm not like, this is an award-winning show.
Right.
But I'm like, this is gonna be enough fun for me to like come home and flick it on for 50 minutes and like see some like wild stuff.
When we heard that the Peacemaker show was happening, I think you and I, along with most of the world, were confused.
Yeah,
we were
I'm still confused.
Of the entire Suicide Squad lineup, you guys grabbed Peacemaker
John Cena
to make a show. Yeah, and John Cena again doesn't even strike us as like a leading man yet, right?
He did good though. He did good in Suicide Squad, so I felt better after that. But I'm still like,
but I agree with you. I saw the trailer and I was like, whoa! If nothing else, it's gonna be a good time.
It's just fun, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably not gonna be highbrow, award-winning.
But after I thought about it, I'm like, how is this already on a trailer status when you can't get Green Lantern off the ground? You got Peacemaker ahead of Green Lantern. Really?
Yeah.
Like your priorities are so backwards.
That's interesting.
DC. It's so backwards.
I could see
like
that.
You made a Peacemaker series with the wrestler John Cena.
I never thought of that.
Before you were able to get a hold of Green Lantern, which you've been talking about since 2014 or 15.
Maybe they're scared to make a Green Lantern movie though because of the Ryan Reynolds.
Don't do it.
Don't say anything. Don't do it.
Hey guys, you know what? We messed this up bad, and we'll do this again in 20 years. But maybe we can get it right.
But I think to your point, there's a lot of DC characters that you'd probably touch on before
Peacemaker. I didn't even know who Peacemaker was a year ago.
Right. I'm with you.
I have no idea.
I'm with you 100%.
King Shark, Bloodsport, Harley Quinn.
Like could have done all of that.
Captain Boomer. These are names I've heard.
But not Peacemaker.
I have no idea who that was.
Could have made a Deadshot.
Could have made a Deadshot. You could have done anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Who
They
made that?
They could have made a
call?
Will Smith Deadshot HBO Max
series
show.
would have been crazy.
Yeah, easy,
You would have had people
easy.
watching it just because they like Will Smith.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just because they were fans of Will Smith.
Right, and I'm not saying
And someone
that,
said,
I mean,
no, we need John Cena in a Peacemaker series.
it is
And
odd.
somebody in the boardroom went, what's that?
Mhm.
And they're like, I'll show you in 2022.
Yeah.
We're going to get James Gunn to do it. Oh, okay, let's do that.
Well, and I mean, the only reason that show's getting made is because of James.
Because
Gunn.
of James Gunn, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm
And-
not saying it's going to be bad. I'm excited
Right.
for this show because I'm like, I'm going to see some funny, entertaining, exciting stuff every week.
But you're wondering
And that's
where
exciting.
What you're wondering where the DC priorities are.
Correct.
Yeah, you're
Because
like,
you've been talking
what is
about Green
happening?
Lantern for so long, and you still can't get it out. Is anybody cast? I know they're casting some people.
Yeah, they
But
are,
do you
yeah.
have a Hal Jordan or a Jon Stewart cast? I don't even know which Green Lantern this is based off of. Because Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are two different people.
So if I recall, and again, we don't have to get into
Yeah.
it. I think it's Green Lantern Corp. I don't think
It's the
I think they're doing a
society.
bunch of Green
Yeah.
Lanterns. I don't think that it's going to be
Which
revolving
is
around-
fine.
which is a
Are
great
you gonna
idea.
base it off of
I
one
don't
of the
know.
one of the
I don't
main
know.
guys?
Immediately, I get nervous when I hear stuff like that, right? Because I'm like, already your focus is not dialed in.
On the things that people want.
Yeah,
You're
and
not
so, like,
doing the fan
You're already
service.
like, it's like you walk into a situation, you're like, we're gonna make this big, and I just get nervous. I'm like, whoa, like, do you guys have a story? They're like, no, but there's gonna be explosions, and you're like, hey,
awesome.
man,
and I'm fine with that.
but like,
Fine.
let's just
To
figure
the
out,
basics.
let's get the basics right, and then we'll build from there.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they do that.
The Green Lanterns are a whole
Yeah,
race of
yeah,
people.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
you can do it. Off
There's
based
not a
off bunch
Green
of
Lantern. Green
No,
Lantern
it's a people. It's
right,
not a person.
right.
And so you can do that.
Yeah,
And then do something.
but I agree
Do
with
something.
you. I'm like, where are their priorities?
Peacemaker.
Because
come on.
so Peacemaker was fun, right? So
Yeah, I had
as
fun
far
with it.
as far as things I had zero expectations for that surprised me, Peacemaker is definitely up there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't say that's my favorite experience from watching DC Fandom.
I mean,
Now-
Smallville was my favorite experience. Peacemaker was the one that I'm like, okay, I
You're
didn't
like,
expect that to happen
hey,
today,
right.
but it happened.
Yeah.
So, point to you.
I was probably the most pumped on the little bit of Flash footage that we got.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know why, the Ezra Miller intro, like, did not sit well with me.
Oh, and he looked like a
Yeah.
homeless person.
Yeah. And the way he was acting. And this is...
I should go back and rewatch it.
And this is... And, man, and I don't know a lot about Ezra Miller as a person. Right?
Everyone hates him at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
everyone. I know he has some
He's-
accusations
he's-
against him.
He's
and-
lucky he's still here.
And this is gonna sound really bad, but I just remember a time when actors sort of like encompassed the character,
Yeah.
right? Like
they were that character.
so, like if Ezra Miller was even professionally, if you knew that you were presenting on a superhero character at a superhero event, I think it would be in your best interest to act like that superhero at that time.
Yeah.
Go home, be who you are, doesn't matter. But you are in front of a camera presenting a beloved character, and maybe you don't say it and do it the way that you did.
He didn't want to be there.
Exactly.
They're like, Ezra,
And
can
I'm
we
like,
get this
come
shot,
on.
please? He's like, I don't want to do this.
Come on, man.
He's like, but we need it to put it up for fan. He's like, I don't want to do this.
It drives me
And
crazy.
his manager's in the background like, just give us something.
They were like,
And he's like, hey, what's up?
well, I feel like they were like, talk about it, say what you like about it, just like, just go with the flow, just do
Yeah.
it. And then he was just like, hey guys, I'm the Flash. And they were like, you know what? Can we get this guy a teleprompter? Because
Yeah.
this isn't going to work out.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, hey guys, thank you for watching. This is my Flash movie. And now I'm going to show you a trailer.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Which is a bummer because
no!
he's a great Flash.
I know.
Such a bummer. Because he plays the part really well.
But that's what upsets me is because you could have at least been Barry Allen in that moment.
For 30 seconds!
30 seconds, you could have been Barry
God.
Allen. Come on.
Nope, couldn't do it.
But why?
I have no idea.
Why?
It was bad.
You're an actor.
Robert Pattinson was even worse. Did you see that guy?
No.
Oh my God. Hi, welcome in. Here's some stuff on Robert Pattinson. And I'm like, this guy hates his life.
And
They all hated their life.
I can't believe that. And
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not a professional actor. Maybe as much as they're on is just getting to them. I have no idea. But
Yeah.
Again,
exactly.
I just remember a time in my life where when Michael Keaton was Batman and then he was doing an interview, you were like, that man is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I could just see it. You
Like,
just
I want it to be
believe it.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't surprise me if Michael Keaton went home and put on the bat suit.
Yeah.
And at least at that time.
Yeah.
Because I just think they understood professionally, if you're going around and you're doing your press conferences for that thing, maybe just encompass that a little bit at that time.
Yeah. Nobody did. Dwayne Johnson did.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne
Dwayne Johnson is also. I feel like he is black.
He believes he is black.
And
He's like, I'm not playing a part.
Exactly.
He's like, I am.
Exactly.
Black Adam.
You know what? And that sounds crazy, but I wish they all believed that they were.
That's how Joaquin Phoenix is.
Yeah.
The guy's crazy.
He believes he's the Joker.
Yeah.
I wish they all believed that they were who they were playing. Just
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Just for the event.
Just to immerse me in the experience.
Yes, exactly. Oh
God!
man. Yeah, okay. I'll go watch. I'll go back and watch it again.
I'll go back and watch Robert Pattinson's.
But yeah, his was bad.
I'll go back and but again, like just
It was bad.
Just
It was bad
play
for a
the
lot
part,
of them.
man. Just play the part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it.
But you're right. Dwayne Johnson. And you know what? The
was
Black
like-
Adam footage surprised me. I have to admit.
Is he evil? Is he good?
I think
mean,
he's an
like-
anti-hero.
I mean, I know he
Oh,
is, but
oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, what are they doing?
Oh, like what's
He
their
straight
angle?
up burn that guy's skin right off.
Burn him to a crisp.
Yeah, all the way to the skull.
But
So I'm like,
it was a cool
it was like
it was a cool thing.
But then I look at it and I'm like, there's no way Zachary Levi's like Shazam's gonna like be able to beat him with all his like.
Maybe Shazam 2 is gonna make him a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Did you
they're
see
gonna
the
have to
Shazam
go-
stuff?
I liked the Shazam stuff.
Yeah,
I
me
liked
too.
like all of that stuff.
I like the
It's
Shazam-
just
the
not what I
Shazam
wanted,
stuff.
but I liked it. Like I wanted a Shazam trailer
I know.
or a tease.
I don't think that
Like,
they're there. I still don't really
Black
understand
Adam's
why.
there. Black Adam could have. Well, I guess they did. I guess Black Adam did
Yeah, Black Adam did
because
it.
they said this is the opening.
Yeah,
sequence.
It was like a minute and a half. right?
Aquaman, like, fine. Like,
Again-
I'm excited for like, and
It
that
was-
was the bummer for me is like, regardless of what I saw or didn't see, I'm still gonna watch the movie. I'm still excited for it. I still like Jason Momoa. I'm all for all that stuff.
The Aquaman stuff, and the thing is, I understand where a lot of these movies are coming from, right? Because 2020 was a tough year.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have anything to show us.
Yeah.
But
Then just don't hold the event.
then don't make a 4-hour event.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Is like it's more frustrating to force me to watch something that's not ready
Yeah.
than just telling me it's not ready. Throw up the Aquaman symbol, show me.
And just put the date.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
know, like I don't need the other stuff.
Sometimes that works perfectly fine.
And but
Would've
again,
worked on me.
you could have easily said watch behind the scenes on our channel.
Yeah.
And then everybody would have, anyone who cared would go there and do that, and then you don't have to put everyone else through that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff I'm like, just make
Yeah.
it an hour, show the important things, and then say if you want more
get on
for
your
more
way.
stuff, go away. I'm
Yeah.
just like this event was awful, man.
Yeah, which
The
was a
event
bummer.
was awful.
Because then it makes DC look. Then it gives people more of a reason. Like, yeah, DC sucks.
Again, I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't think they have their priorities straight.
No.
And they clearly don't have a sense of what the people want. And that's
No,
always
and
been
that
the
was like-
problem.
and always with these events, I'm like, maybe it'll just be fan service. And that's fine. Let me just get me hyped up.
Yeah.
Me talking about, buddies. Oh, yeah, that shit was crazy. This movie's going to be
Right.
awesome. We're going opening night. Just give me that.
And
just get everybody hyped up and then be done.
Well, and you know what? And you say that, and DC Fandom is only being watched by the fans.
Yes,
right.
It's only being watched by people like me and you.
Yeah, and
100%.
No one else.
But now,
no one else cares.
The people you should be keeping happy, or you're not keeping happy.
Yeah, because
nobody
I don't
gives
know.
a shit about this event outside me and you.
Yeah,
like nobody cares.
Nobody.
But we care because it's what we like and what we do.
Yeah.
But now I'm not happy,
and that's a problem.
And I'm like, I'm the one out there defending you to other people. Like, oh come on,
You're like,
we got Jason
on,
Momoa. We
like,
got this. Like it's gonna be sweet. We got Michael Keaton back, and then people are like,
like how do you tell people DC's where it's at?
Yeah,
when shit like this is happening.
Show me a great value brand.
Yeah.
Charity event. Well, I don't even
like,
know what.
Come on, man.
So then we can talk about the big one then.
I wanted to dedicate.
Are we saving
I wanted to dedicate it. We can start now, but I
was about to throw this whole thing back.
I do want to spend some time.
Then what do you want to? What do you want to hit before? Because I mean that's like all.
As far as like
stuff.
DC,
I needed trailers. I would have liked some comic book news. So and so's writing a new series on whatever.
You know what?
Catch these issues. Because I very rarely read comic books, but when somebody tells me I need to pick one up, I go pick one up and I read it.
Do you do Comixology? Is that or
I'll go to the store and pick up a hard copy.
Oh, all right.
But only if it's like something's like this just happened. And I'm like, what? So I'll go pick up like 78 of whatever.
So out of it. So out of touch with it.
But that's what would have been cool if I got some actual comic book news.
I know.
But I didn't.
That's so far and few between. I was gonna say, you know what I find to be the most entertaining news source, and this is gonna. I mean, it's gonna seem strange, but Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin do the Fat Man Beyond.
Yeah.
And there's a segment, so it's always a very long.
I know there's shows like 3 hours.
It could be anywhere between 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, it's long.
But there's a segment in there where Mark Bernardin he talks about the news. Mm. He says, this is what's happening in movie news right now.
Yeah.
And they go back and forth on the news. And that to me is more entertaining in that segment than what DC Fandom did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that could probably be said for anyone's favorite YouTuber highlighting an event, right?
Yeah, because you're like, I'd rather watch the 12-minute clip of them as opposed to the 3-hour.
Right. Someone's
keynote.
take on what's going on versus the actual thing.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way.
I know, it's sad.
It should be like, no, you need to go experience it for yourself. And so that's the last thing I'm going to say about DC Fandom. It sucked. I'm upset.
Yeah, I'm bugged.
But yet, I'm excited about what's to come.
Yeah, and that's how you can look at it.
Yeah.
With everything we saw, there's a lot on the way. Coming. So, let's put this behind us.
I can't be that,
what's coming up.
They're still making us the movies.
Yes.
So, I can't be
No, I'm not mad, but maybe rethink it.
All right. Year. Yeah. All right. I think we need to bust out the big guns. So, DC Fandom. The only reason people were tuning in. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The only reason people were tuning in was for a trailer of the Batman.
100%. That's why this is probably why this whole event existed.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's good.
Batman has a fan base.
And that's the only thing people have been talking about. After post DC Fandom, that's all people have been talking about.
That's all they care about. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's like that with any event. The last event of the night is the big
one. That's why you save it for the end.
Your whatever thing that gets people to stay through the whole
hold
event.
on. I'm going to say one last thing about DC.
Sounds like I'm done. It sucks. But hold on.
Wait, hold on. Let me just say one thing. And it has to do with the Batman being at the end. Okay. So usually you feel like an event is like all rise, right? You're like, okay, you start here with your like
rise, no fall.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Barry Stinson it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Barney Barney Stinson it.
Okay.
And then you just all rise, no fall, and then boom, you hit him at the end with the big one.
Yeah, the big guns.
I feel like they were like, we know people are going to tune in for the Batman. Let's make them watch all of this stuff.
Shit.
and then we'll give it to them at the end.
Yeah.
If they were confident, they could have opened with the Batman.
Yeah.
And been like, but that is not all. And
That
then,
might have kept me tuned in more.
yeah, you threw
But
like,
how are you going to follow that up? But did you imagine how much people would have raged if you opened with the Batman and the rest of the event was what they gave us?
I know, but
Nobody would have gone to see any of the movies.
but again, that tells you that they place it at the end strategically to make you watch the whole
1000%.
event,
Yeah.
as opposed to, boom, open up with the Batman.
It's a trap.
Exactly.
It's a trap.
Exactly. They trapped me.
And guess what? We all fell for it.
They trapped me.
All 50,000 people or whoever was watching live, we all fell for it. But we got to the end.
That's all I have to say.
We got to the end.
I'm done. I swear. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
You go first.
you want me to go first?
1,000%.
Oh no. Okay.
1,000% on the Batman. We got a release date of March 22nd, 2022.
2022.
So 3/22/22.
22.
Yes.
All right. So, real quick on the new trailer. I did not, this is my quick take. I did not get as hyped up as I was hoping to get on the Batman.
And did it blow your mind? I didn't finish swallowing before I started. Did it blow your mind? Was it the greatest thing you've ever seen? Oh my god. It's right out of the comics.
You know what drives me crazy? This is right out of the comics.
It's right out of the comics.
This is like just a storyboard right out of the comics.
It's
And
right
I'm
out of the comics. Just yeah, it's right out of the comics.
shut up. I don't care.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't care. Is it being done well? Because whoever cut the trailer did not do a good job. And I think that some people are excited for this, but
I'm excited.
But okay, listen. I like movies, right? Shows are second. You know, video games are down there, comic books are down there, books are way down there. The thing that I appreciate the most are movies.
Yes.
Okay, so when I see something, I'm viewing it through the lens of a moviegoer
And a fan.
and a fan.
Mhm.
But never do I look at it as a comic book fan who is watching a movie, right?
Okay.
I don't see it through a comic book fan lens. I'm looking at it through a moviegoer lens.
Correct.
Who, yes, is a fan of superhero movies and superheroes in general. As a movie, I'm not excited about what is coming up. And I hope I am proven wrong.
Yeah,
I
we
hope
all
I
do.
am. I hope that this movie comes out and it's fantastic. But all this trailer did was make me nervous. I was more excited with the first trailer
Yep.
than I was this trailer.
Okay.
This trailer did not get me excited. And I think it actually has a lot to do with the way that it was cut. It seemed like
It was quick. There was a lot of shots.
yeah, and it seemed like a 90s movie cut. And that's what I don't think I enjoyed.
Okay.
Is it was very much like even, and again, like I'm nitpicking, but I think it's worth mentioning things like the way Batman's getting blown back and the way the car's coming out of the fire and even Colin Farrell and like he's just like a very like what's the word? He's like an exaggerated version of what the Penguin would be, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like it's over the top, but not in a way that you think would be beneficial to telling the story of year one of the Batman.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I got taken out of it a bit was it was a little it just wasn't clean. It wasn't like well put together as well as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah.
And that's what made me nervous because now I'm thinking, wow, okay, so the editor is cutting this trailer and then the edit, like what if it's like a Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, but just a Suicide Squad situation with David Ayer and it's just like a bad cut. Like that's what started making me nervous about this movie. Nothing on Robert Pattinson. I actually like the costume design of the Batman. I actually like the take on Oswald Cobblepot. You know,
It's like a mobster kind of now.
yeah,
I
I like that take. Yep. I like that we're going with the Riddler, you know, and the question mark on the coffee cup. I like all of these like points separately.
Little stuff.
Yeah, all these like separate points, but then they're putting them all together, and I'm like, oh shit, it's not coming together as well as I was hoping.
Yeah.
And so now I'm nervous. I was less nervous with the teaser because I didn't get all that stuff, exciting, right? Yeah. And so now that they're sort of like taking the blanket off of everything, now I'm getting more nervous.
Okay. Which makes sense. Dang, is it my turn already?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want
to. I can't imagine that I watched this trailer feeling the way I did, and that you walked away excited for this movie. Usually, I feel like I'm the like optimistic one about a situation. All right. I'll step back.
So I want to preface this
okay.
first by saying, if you know me,
yeah,
whoever knows me, knows I've been a Batman fan all my entire life. This is yay high.
Yeah. He's your favorite.
He's my favorite.
Yeah.
So in my senior year of high school, I had a Batman notebook and binder and stuff like that. And everybody made fun of me. They're like, 17 years old, what are you doing with a Batman fucking spiral notebook? I don't care. I love Batman.
Yeah.
Love it. Always. Always have, always will. So when, you know the whole I'm not going to go in the whole backstory of everything. Yeah.
I know you.
Somebody had said, and this was an obscure YouTube channel, ones I've seen before. The guy, and this was like, I had just lost it, said, I can tell you right now, this movie will be better than The Dark Knight. And I turned off his fucking YouTube channel, and I'll never turn it on again. Never. I don't care how many viewers or subscribers you have. You're fucking wrong, sir. You are. Dang. You're so wrong. For even having that thought is idiotic and shows me that you are not a fan.
Yeah.
You are not a fan and have absolutely zero knowledge of how movies are made and what goes into them.
Yeah, it's...
To say that this movie is going to be better than The Dark Knight is crazy. And if that's your opinion, fine. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion.
Sure.
The Dark Knight, and I'm not going to go off on a Dark Knight tangent. The Dark Knight is not only one of the greatest comic book movies of all time, it is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Dang.
Not in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it is. It's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
But you can go to higher ups that have been doing this and have an understanding and say this is just one of the greatest movies of all time. Not even a superhero movie or a Batman movie. It's one of the greatest films.
Because on a technical
level, this movie is like almost close to flawless.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, this movie's fantastic. So for somebody to even say that is like bonkers to me. It's so crazy that somebody has that thought.
Right, and especially this early on.
You haven't seen the movie! You know nothing about this movie!
Yeah. And saw a trailer.
And people do it all the time.
Yeah.
People do it with sports. Oh, this kid coming out of, Florida's he's the next LeBron James. He's the next LeBron James. Yeah. So, like, I get that people do it.
They get hyped.
You get hyped. You get excited. Right. Everyone's adrenaline was running. That's awesome. But to say that...
You're like...
You know nothing. You know nothing. You know nothing to say that statement and then put it on the internet. I'll put up this whole rant. I am so confident that this movie will not even be close to what The Dark Knight is. Yeah. Not even close. No.
Okay. All right.
With that being said, there's spit everywhere.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't have a sense of where this falls in.
I haven't even talked about the trailer yet.
I know.
This trailer looks awesome.
Okay.
It looks really cool. I'm really excited for this movie.
Okay.
This straight out of the comics. I don't give a shit where it's from.
Right.
To your point, I just want a good movie.
Yeah.
There was one scene in it. I'm like, oh, that's out of the comic book. Was when Batman and Catwoman are standing on the edge of the building.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes, that's straight out of the comic books. I get that.
Right.
I'm more excited for Selena Kyle than I am for Batman in this movie.
Well, and
She looks cool.
She does.
She
look cool.
looks
like
Catwoman. She
Catwoman.
looks like Selena Kyle, and I'm like, whoa, that got me excited because I'm like, I was gonna really know she gonna be good, she gonna be not. She looks good.
She does
I'm
look good.
excited.
Yeah.
She looks like Catwoman.
And I think you're right, though. I think that saying, like, people are using the phrase "it's straight out of the comics" as though that's elevating the movie, right? Like, but
Doesn't affect me in any way. If
but
the movie sucks,
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter
cares?
if your cinematographer was like, "Hey,"
and the cinematography looks great.
it looks fantastic.
This movie looks.
The cinematography looks great,
Really cool.
but it doesn't matter, and that's why I get frustrated. Straight out of the comics, that though that might be true and that might get you excited, it doesn't mean anything
Correct.
for the movie.
Yes.
So don't use that as a positive for your to elevate your expectation.
Yes,
like
that
it's
means
not.
nothing.
I know people are like, oh well, then they're handling the source material correctly, but it doesn't.
If
it
the movie
doesn't
sucks,
mean that.
none of that matters.
Right, and because something can look like a comic and suck.
100%.
So it's not helping the
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
By saying
they want it to.
And because they want to say, well, if Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson understand the character, that's the only reason you would make decisions like this. But it doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson can be the greatest Batman that's
and he might be.
But the movie could still suck. That, again,
and if it does, it doesn't matter how good he played the movie.
Right.
Because they're not going to keep doing it.
Right. Exactly.
And I am excited for Robert Pattinson. It took me a while to get there.
Yeah.
And I think this movie is going to be good. I loved the shot at the end when it was upside down. I'm like,
that was
this guy,
cool.
it's like a he's going to go kill him. Like, I know he's not, but I love the fact that you're afraid of this man.
Right.
This man is coming to pull your eyes out of your head.
Yeah. He's literally beating people.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked the first. I'm like, he beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
trailer,
we're getting that?
Yeah.
We're going to see a Batman that does that? Let's do it.
Yeah, set the tone for
I'm
everything.
all for that.
Yeah, me too.
And
to be clear.
And everyone was talking about, oh my God, they thought it was so funny when Colin Farrell was like, I got him. I knew he was coming out of the fire. What do you think, he's not going to come out of the fire?
That's what
Of course he is.
That's what I mean.
That was the most predictable. Was it cool? Of course it was.
Yeah, but
boom, he came out, landed. What did you think was going to happen? He wasn't going to come out? How was that your favorite part? The most predictable part of the entire trailer was a fucking course he was going to come out of the flames.
Okay, but that's what I'm talking
but
about.
But it was cool. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm not knocking it. But when I get on and I watch it, like, I can't believe they did that. Oh my God.
I don't get that.
Of course, like,
But what I'm saying, but again, that's what I'm talking about. They're like, it looks cool, but I'm like, but okay, but
as the whole thing of him being in an alley and taking straight up fully automatic bullets, okay, yes, but that's a little bit much.
It is.
This guy's just getting started with his tech, everything and you're saying he can from 6 different guys fully automatic weapons and be 100% fine? I know his suit is bulletproof.
But
it is. But you're just gonna. Someone's gonna take a fucking RPG and shoot him. He's gonna walk out.
But
this guy's human. He's not invincible. That was so over exaggerated. Was the scene cool? Of course it was.
But
it was like all the flashes were lighting everything up. I thought it was awesome. But that was too much.
It looked cool.
It looked awesome.
But how many times have we,
I'm so hot.
But especially as DC fans, how many times are we burned by a movie? And this might be Zack Snyder's fault, but how many times are we burned by a movie that looks good, but is not written well?
Yeah.
And again, like everybody's watching this trailer like it looks good, it looks good, it looks good, it looks good, and I'm over here like, oh my God, I am so nervous. I am so nervous that they prioritized it looking good and not developing a good story. Like that makes me way more nervous than it does excited for these shots. Batman coming out of the fire after Oswald Cobblepot is like, I got you. It's silly to me.
Yeah.
It's silly. And again, that's why I'm like, it just reminded me of like a 90s action movie. Because you're right. Of course he's coming out of the fire. What did you think was going to happen? Did you think he was going to get him and they were going to roll the credits? No. So then why write that into the movie at all?
And you could have done it, but it wasn't a way to end the trailer.
No,
for me.
no.
The
Yeah.
upside down thing, I like that. It was cool. He was like walking
Yeah,
around. I was
that
like,
was
I'm gonna beat
cool.
the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
That's how you end the trailer.
Right. And it was a good way to end the trailer.
And it was a good way to end the trailer.
Yeah, it was
And
a good
again,
way.
I liked the trailer. It got me excited. I was like, cool, it's gonna be
Yeah.
hopefully a fun movie. But like the way people are reacting, like boggles, I don't understand.
I don't understand it either.
I don't get it. And let me go back to the title of the show. Sam and Diego know nothing.
I know.
Diego and Sam, we don't know anything.
We
we're
have
not
no
we're not
idea.
experts on anything.
No.
But like I feel like people are just saying it's cool just to like get traction or to get movement. Because I feel
agree.
like any true and I'm not saying I am that.
Yeah.
But any true-blooded fan that's cared about this character would
Right.
know that it was good.
Right.
But the fact that of him coming out of the flames like that, people are like, "Oh my God, let's go!" What did you? Again, I already said it. What do you think was gonna happen?
Right. And
That's not exciting. To
I
me.
agree with you.
It's
I agree
not
with you.
exciting.
It's not.
The car flipping over and him walking with everything burning in the background, that was cool.
Yeah.
That excited me.
But you didn't need the first part.
But him taking
yeah.
massive amounts of gunfire, like nobody hit him in the face or there's no protection.
No one shot him here and said that's not working and then went
Like-
up. Yeah.
That to,
okay.
to me, that scene was I liked the visuals of it. It looked cool.
Yeah.
Because the gunfire was lighting the scene.
But looking cool is not
and
enough.
and that's cool for me.
Yeah.
You're telling me he took massive rounds from fully automatic weapons
Yeah.
and just like psh, psh.
Yeah.
And I know superhero movies and stuff are over exaggerated. That can happen. Like I get how they're overplayed. That was a lot.
It was.
That was a lot.
Because and the thing is, you had already played him getting shot in the shoulder, right? And
that's
taking
cool.
that hit.
Yeah, and he goes boom.
And that was perfect.
That's what I needed.
But then you show me another scene. So, and that's the thing. This trailer is constantly contrasted with something ridiculous, something realistic. So I'm like,
So
okay,
we don't know where this movie's
so
gonna
we
be.
don't know where it's gonna land because you're right. Him walking up with when the car's flipped over and Oswald Cobblepot's looking out and
He's
the
like,
camera's
"Shit."
upside down. You're like, what a great visual
Yeah.
of the Batman. But him coming out of the fire is silly.
It's
Getting
so
shot in the
silly.
shoulder one time, taking it,
Yeah.
getting pissed off, coming back
Yep.
with the hook.
Love it.
Awesome. Taking machine gun
Machine,
fire
from multiple people.
multiple people
Multiple people.
affected by it whatsoever.
And this
It's-
is early Batman.
it's
Maybe
silly.
older armored suit Batman I could
Right.
understand.
I feel like
But this is early on Batman.
I know.
That's why I'm because I like this. He's
Yeah.
broken. He's fucking mad. He's ready to kill and destroy
Yeah.
and save this. Like I love all that. That's so cool to me. I
Yeah.
wanted a Batman like that. And that's why I like Ben Affleck's Batman. That guy killed people.
yeah, straight
And
up.
he was like, oh, okay. I like a rugged, mean, scary Batman.
Yeah.
The whole
I agree.
slogan, the signals more than a call, it's a warning or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool.
You want people to be afraid.
Right.
And I like all that. But
But
the
it's
way
not-
this is not, I don't know. This was, to me, the trailer is fun. Like, I'm going to go watch it, whatever. But the way people are making this trailer out to be.
I agree with you.
I don't know anything.
No,
I'm not
I
a
agree.
professional.
I agree.
I'm not getting paid millions of dollars to review movies or give
Right.
my opinion. Nobody cares about my opinion.
But
But this trailer is people are just making it out to be something that it's like I said, I'm probably missed something.
I don't think
Paul
so.
Paul Dano's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright's gonna be phenomenal. Robert Pattinson's gonna be phenomenal. I'm
Yeah.
on.
What a cast.
I'm on board for this
What
movie.
a cast.
I am on board. You don't
Yeah.
need to convince me to go watch this movie.
But
Zoe Kravitz, again, after seeing her in this show, I'm like,
you're
let's
like,
go.
she is
Let's
Selena
do this.
Kyle. But by you saying it's good, and I agree with you, it is good. It's a good trailer. It's not a mind-blowing trailer. But for those who think it is mind-blowing, by you saying it's good, they're going to think you hate it. Right?
Exactly, and that's why these conversations are so difficult.
Right.
Because you say something like that, and people's immediate, well, you don't understand the source material, and you don't understand what Batman really represents.
Right.
You don't understand. Batman means something different to everybody.
And I shouldn't have to understand the source material.
Why do I need to? Why do I need to share your opinion?
Right.
To like this trailer, or to like the Batman.
Yeah. I agree.
Maybe Batman means something different to you. Maybe Ben Affleck and Michael. Maybe all this means something different to you.
Yeah.
What this means to me is I'm gonna get another Batman movie, which we don't even need. First of all, like I already said that long. Like this was all just a mess. It takes so much away for me of what makes these characters special.
Because you keep
when
doing
there's
them.
so many of like I can't even think of an example. I'm so fired up. When there's a million of one thing, it doesn't make it special.
Yeah.
If everybody has it,
I mean, that's why I don't like Bond.
what makes it special?
So many Bonds.
If we have Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton and Robert, what makes that character and his story and his pain and his tragic backstory, what makes it special? Nothing.
Well, and can you picture this movie with Ben Affleck's Batman? That's what it was supposed to be.
Don't get me started on that. Oh my God.
We were supposed to have Ben Affleck in there. And I actually didn't expect it to be as dark as it is, because I actually thought that Ben Affleck was going to go in there with Matt Reeves and say, I need this movie dark.
That's what Ben Affleck was.
And I thought that, but this movie is still dark.
It's very dark.
And so I'm like, what did they disagree about?
But something, and again,
I know.
I don't have time to start that now. Something happened, and it took me a while to get over it. It literally, again, of everything going on in the world right now, my biggest problem for a year was getting over it.
The Matt Reeves Ben Affleck debacle,
the whole breakup, and you could ask you could ask any ex-girlfriend. It takes me a while to get over a breakup.
You're like, come on,
it takes me a minute.
You guys can make it work.
Yeah, like let's figure this out, please. And they didn't, and it happened, and all this had gone, and I said, you know what? Very recently, I was like, I have to move on because this is just what it is.
And
it was hard because it was so right out of the comic books for me.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck was right out of the comic books.
Ben Affleck.
He was brutal. He was mean. He was big old jacked up freaking 6 foot, whatever how big he was, dude.
But
beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
To me, that's Batman straight out of the comic books.
I agree with you. I was so excited for this, and I think you're right. Knowing the mess that this movie was in before it started production,
this movie was birthed from tragedy.
Yeah. So was Batman. But maybe that's why I have like a little like disclaimer in my brain that says like I don't know about this movie because I'm not sure it was created cleanly. It just seems like it was sort of getting put together as it went, as opposed to no, we know exactly what we're doing, and we're doing exactly what we planned in the very beginning from the get-go. I'm like, but that can't be, because there was such a mess in the beginning that I don't know if the studio agreed with Ben or if the studio was like, no, we're all behind Matt Reeves, and then we want Robert Pattinson, and Christopher Nolan's like, dude, Robert Pattinson's the best. You need him. But I also made this other Batman, and to me, that's the best one. And so
I just want to know what happened.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be.
I don't know who I agree with.
Who are you rooting for?
To me, again, Warner Brothers or DC's, whoever's priorities.
Yeah.
You had Ben Affleck. You had a guy that went in and said, hey, let me write and direct this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. I can't write, direct, and star. Let me just write and star.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a lot, too, because it's a big project. Let me just star.
Right.
Let me be a part of this project. Who said no? Who sent Ben Affleck away?
But I think Ben Affleck. You don't think Ben Affleck walked away?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Did he go in and it's like, okay, guys, I want to do this, and Matt Reeves was like, no, get out of here. I got someone else. But I know, guys, but I think it could be no, get out.
You find it hard to believe that someone
I don't know what happened.
Right, but you find it hard to believe that someone who was all in is suddenly not in anymore. Like someone
It's hard for me to believe that Ben Affleck's like, I don't want to do this.
And that he walked away.
Because then he probably wouldn't even have been in the Flash. I don't know what his contract obligations were.
Sure.
You got to do 5 movies. Okay, so maybe the Flash was part of his contract. He had to do it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me that Ben Affleck went from, hey, let me write, direct, star, produce in this movie, to being like, all right, I don't want to do it. What? Something had to have happened.
Yeah, and that's a good
maybe
point.
Ben Affleck did walk away and he was like, yeah, I don't
Maybe
want
he
to do
did.
this. He's like, you know what? Zach's my guy. Zach's not here. Okay, let me talk to Matt. All right, Matt doesn't want me. He wants this other guy.
Like,
Okay,
what
so
am I going to do?
I got to finish my contract. Let me go talk to Andy. Tell him, hey, give me the Flash for 20 minutes and we'll be done.
But if he's in a situation where he's like, look, I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm not going to be wanted there every single day.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be tough, and it's not going to make a movie that is going to be beneficial. And so maybe he does walk away because he's like, I'm clearly not wanted in there, even though I want to be there. I'm not wanted.
And then you walk away. And then if that's why you walked away, then I get that. But something had caused that from happening.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you look at it, the debate's been going on forever.
Yeah, sure.
If you thought Adam West was the best Batman or Christian, whoever you thought, that's fine.
Yeah. A lot of Batmans.
That's awesome. There's
a lot of Batmans.
To me, and I talked this to another guy. He's like, yo, it's to me, it's Val Kilmer. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's interesting. Why? He's like, because those are the movies I remember going to watch, and that was my guy. Then fine, that's fine. If you were at that kind of age when I think he said he was 16 or something at the time.
Yeah.
When it happened, and you remember that, then that's the guy that you remember as Batman.
Cool.
Fine. To me, I remember Christian Bale. And I liked Ben Affleck. That's fine. But to have 3 of them floating around is ridiculous.
Yeah.
To have 3 separate Batmans on 3 different movies, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is crazy.
That's really bad. That's when your priorities, I feel, are really bad. And that's when everyone's going to come back at me. Well, you're not a true fan. You should want 100 Batmans. You know what? I don't.
Yeah.
I want one Batman to do amazing things. I'm dying right now.
All right, cough it out.
So I just want one. You go.
All right. I think what he's trying to say is that he really just wants one Batman to exist at one time, so that we can just dedicate our time.
Yeah, I just want one because having 3, it's not. It doesn't make it special. It doesn't make it exciting to go see a movie.
I agree with
Batman.
You. Yeah, absolutely.
Going to see, Robert Downey Jr. is always the biggest comparison. He was the only one. So if you wanted to see Iron Man, you had to go watch him do it.
Yeah.
I can watch whoever I want now. I'll go see Rob Pattinson. Maybe Ben Affleck's going to stick around. We don't really know. Val Kilmer's going to be in Batgirl. Like, we don't know.
Right.
To me, it's not special and exciting and unique. It's just, it's like, well, whatever. Whatever we can use to get people to go. You want to be Batman? Come on, you could do it. Just do it in an alternate state. You're Earth 2 Batman.
I feel like that's DC's mentality across the board.
It's so.
It's just like, we whatever. Something to make ticket sales.
To me, it's as somebody who's literally just and everybody says that in our line of work.
Yeah.
Everyone's been a Batman fan since they were 2 years old. I have been, and to me, having 3, it just takes the uniqueness and specialness of it totally. For me,
yeah, I agree with that.
And if people 3 Batmans, that's awesome. Then that's cool for you.
Yeah,
but for me as a fan, it doesn't get my ass in the seat at every Batman movie you're gonna make.
I mean, look, I'm a Superman fan, and there's chaos
that one's even worse.
There's chaos occurring with Superman, right? Like, talk about a character
about not knowing who's playing who
and a specialness that's being butchered. And so I completely understand, but I agree. I wish I was more hyped up about this movie than I am right now. I do think that it could be good. It's not going to be great, in my opinion, based on this trailer. Hopefully I'm wrong, and I just don't see it topping any previous Batman. And so I hope again. I want to be wrong. I don't want to be
Exactly.
right. I want to be wrong.
I hope we go in and it's we'll try to get there on Thursday night.
And I'm not gonna go in thinking this movie sucks.
No, I'm by the time it rolls around, maybe we'll get another trailer. 3, right?
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
3. So we'll get another one, and I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm excited for this movie,
and we're gonna do it right.
But if the movie looks beautiful and the Batman and the story and all that sucks, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, then I'm gonna call it like it is.
It could be the coolest, most beautiful movie in the world. You could have the coolest, cleanest car, nice rims, beautiful body kit. If the car goes slow, who cares what it looks like?
Yeah.
You want something that runs efficiently.
Yeah, so
if the movie looks good and sucks, it doesn't matter to me.
And that's what I'm going to hold out for. So, unfortunately, the trailer didn't hype me up. And clearly it didn't hype you up as much as
I mean, I felt excited.
Yeah, it was good.
But I would have felt better had I not gotten on the internet and watched what other people were saying. I was curious. I was like,
that damn internet.
I was like, I wonder what other people think. Like,
that
are people
damn
excited,
internet.
not excited? But once I got on the internet, it made me like, I hope this movie sucks now, just so you guys can shut up.
All right. Well, unfortunately, DC Fandome sucked.
Yep, it wasn't great.
Yeah, but we got a little bit of good stuff out of it, and we'll just have to wait and see where.
So we got anything? Just Dune next.
Dune is going to be the next one, and then it's going to be Spider-Man, and then we're off to the races.
Quick, like 60 seconds. Have you heard what people are saying about Eternals?
Yeah, that it's like a lot of exposition.
They're like, it's the least Marvel movie of all the Marvel movies.
It's like not a lot
I
of.
feel like that's like an excuse. Like that's like, I didn't really like this movie, but I'm not allowed to say anything bad about it because it's Marvel.
And we'll watch Eternals
too.
Yeah. So we'll do Dune, then we'll do Eternals. But
to me that was like, and multiple people I had read multiple headlines. This is the least Marvel movie of the Marvel, and I'm like,
I feel like that's a way to say like this movie was boring, but in a good way. And you're like, no, it wasn't. It was boring, and it's okay. It's okay if you went to see a movie you were hoping was good and it ended up boring. I hear again, Dune could be very boring for people because if you're not into that stuff,
God, I think it's gonna be great though.
I mean, I'm hoping again. Visually, it is going to be great. Sound is going to be fantastic. The score I hear is beautiful. And you have all these and again, all-star cast, right? And
cast is unbelievable.
So you're like, oh my gosh, look at all these pieces I have in front of me. Like I could make anything amazing with all of this. It just needs to come together with the story.
Maybe they banked on that. With Eternals, maybe look at
our cast.
No matter what we do, people are gonna love.
We have Angelina Jolie, so it's gonna be fine. Yeah,
Chloe Zhao, which she's phenomenal. I'm not saying anything bad, but like
boring.
Again, somebody put the name on the movie, and they're like, it's gonna be great.
I don't have to tell you how I felt about Nomadland. Okay,
still haven't seen it.
Listen. There is a certain audience who loves to sit back and get exposition, and because they want to know absolutely every single thing there is to know about all these characters and the world that they live in, and I get it.
That's great.
But it's not fun, and it's not exciting. It's boring.
You think Eternals is boring? From what you've heard?
From what I've heard, I think
the movie's boring. And that's what I'm gathering.
No one has said it's boring.
Nobody has said it's boring, but everybody is
tiptoeing around
on the internet. I should stay off the internet.
Everyone's tiptoeing.
This movie's phenomenal. It looks really good. I'm like, but did you have fun in the movie?
Yeah.
Again, everybody said it looks. We're not doubting it looks phenomenal.
I don't doubt that it looks good.
We know it's going to look phenomenal.
Yeah.
But did you like and enjoy and have fun in the movie, or did it just look good?
Right. Did you leave the theater being like, wow, that was awesome?
Did you have the same amount of fun with this movie that you did with Shang-Chi, but this movie looked better than Shang-Chi did, but Shang-Chi was more fun? Like, give me, and I know the review embargo hasn't lifted.
Right.
I know people can't say. I get that.
Yeah.
I know it lifts on
But I'm calling it.
Saturday or so, whenever it does.
I'm calling it.
Boring.
Boring. People think it's boring and they're afraid to say it. Again, I want to be wrong. I never want a movie to be bad.
We always want to have good
I want to
times at the
go.
movies.
Yeah. I'm
But again,
investing time and money. I want to go and I want to have a good time.
Always.
I'm just saying that I think people are tiptoeing around it.
And I hope when the review embargo lifts that we'll hear some honest stuff.
And a movie can be, and look, on a technical level, right? A movie can be boring and still get a high score.
Yeah.
Because acting is good and cinematography is good and the score is good. And then you leave the theater realizing, oh, not much really happened, right? A la Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah.
Okay. Movies can be boring and still enjoyable is, I guess, a weird way to put that.
Yeah.
But it's not fun. I feel like that's your baseline.
And that's what it should be. And all movies are different. All movies are subjective. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
And we talked about this a couple episodes ago. Sometimes for me, I just want to have fun at the movies.
And you want to have...
I just want to be entertained and buy popcorn and laugh with my buddies and talk about it after.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Almost more important than it looking good.
Yes. And sometimes for superhero movies and Marvel movies,
absolutely,
that's all I care about.
Yeah.
And if I go to a Marvel movie and I'm like, that's boring as hell.
He's like, dang, Angelina Jolie, phenomenal acting performance. Boring movie. Doesn't help, right?
No.
And so
it's not going to get me to go to Eternals 2.
Right.
Wrath of the Eternal, whatever they call it.
I hope it's fun. I do. I hope it's a great time. Chloe Zhao did not give me confidence that this movie is going to be fun.
But it gave me confidence it's going to look amazing.
It will be well done. I'll say that.
Yes, because
the movie will be well done.
Can do that. I don't know a lot about her. From what I've heard, she can make a movie.
She can make a movie
feel really good.
Yeah.
But again, if it's boring,
but she can make it seem like you're just like in a room.
Yeah.
Having a conversation.
And some people love that.
Some people love
it. Might not be right for the MCU.
So we'll see. But I'm calling it.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
We should have done.
I wish I
would have done this.
Now.
I could have just had this like here the whole time.
Yeah.
Next time.
Good setup. All right.
Next time. All right.
We're out.
We're out. Later.